Welcome, Mr. Noel. We have a seat, and we're ready for your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd just like to introduce myself. My name is Matt Noel. I'm an attorney from Dubuque. Evidently, I'm the youngest person applying for these positions. Just to give you a little background about myself, after I was in college, I didn't finish college right away. I didn't graduate until 2003 because I started a family. I worked as a new construction electrician for 7 years before I decided to go back to law school in 2006. After going back to law school and then getting a job at private practice, I mainly have represented court-appointed criminal defendants and done a lot of family law. Most of my clients are people who don't have a lot of resources, not only money, but places to stay, things like that. They don't have a lot of family support. I believe that I have a diverse background, even though my legal background isn't as long as some of the other people who are applying for this position. I've been out there in the workforce, and I believe that I have a fresh perspective still because I'm not so far removed from my life before I decided to become a lawyer, which is why I'm applying for this position. Thank you.
Let me ask the first question. You've been out of law school 2 years.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything when I was out of law school 2 years. And maybe I don't know anything now, but tell me why you think with 2 years of experience, you have the requisite qualifications to go straight from law school, practice, Supreme Court. And have you ever seen that anywhere in the country, in the United States, where that's happened?
I don't know if I've ever seen that to Supreme Court. I have seen some judges in Iowa who have gone to the bench after about a year of practice. To answer your question as frankly as I can is, I believe I have the right kind of experience. I'm in court every day. I have to make these decisions every day. I don't know what some of the other people do and how they practice and how often they're in court, but I've already done 6 jury trials, 6 criminal jury trials. I've practiced in federal court. I've done a criminal jury trial there. I see this as a chance to get out here and show you that this is the kind of experience I believe people need to have to be on this court. Maybe I am a little young, but I think that this is the experience that really counts, because the decisions that come down from the Supreme Court affect trial lawyers every day of their life. And that's the way I saw it, and that's what made me choose to apply.
Do we have any questions from Mr. Mickelson?
I'll start things off. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Given your age and fresh eyes on the perspective of the court as it's seen by your peers, as it relates to changes that you might make in the perception of the courts to people of your age?
To people of my age or to attorneys?
No, to the general public. You know, how is the court being perceived out there right now?
Well, I think courts are always looked at as non-democratic, and I think that's a problem. I don't think people understand the process that they have to go through. I don't know that specifically my age group is any different, but I think that, especially right now in the time we're in, that people think that courts can sit as a super legislative body, and I don't think that that's true. And I think that maybe getting more people involved with the judicial process is a better way to do that. I really don't know how I would tackle that head on, but it just seems like it's the ignorance that and I don't want to say ignorance as in stupidity, but just non-familiarity with the court that breeds this discontent. When I have a client who comes in and they, I say, well, we have to decide whether we're going to plead guilty or non-guilty as our first step, not guilty as our first step. They want to put step 187 right now. And I think that would help if people understood the procedure of the court and why we do what we do. That would help that perception.
Any questions on the right?
What do you see as the role of the Supreme Court? I mean, it's not just getting to write, opinions. You have a whole administrative package that you're gonna have to be familiar with and make some really tough decisions.
Well, I guess the